Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Okay, here we are with our little pages and we are going to start sticking them down. But before we stick them down, we're going to collage on them a bit and make some writing space because I would like this to be a usable journal. And I am having some ideas as to where I want it to go, and I think writing space is required. So we will collage some scraps of just basically blank paper of all different kinds onto these, and then we will stick the sides down on top of those, so it's just a bit decorative as well. I am just going to collage the rest of these off of camera, and then we will move on to the next portion, which was putting eyelets in. But as I have explained in the last video, this did not go well. So anyway, you can now sit and watch me struggle for a bit and then make a new plan. Now these eyelets are quite large, which is fine. I was happy to have large ones. My next size down is like minuscule, so the large ones are what I was going for. And if you are wondering, this sort of plier tool here that I will be using to crimp these eyelets is actually the one that came with the eyelets, so it is designed to work with these eyelets. I think it's just me. I think eyelets and I just are not friends. So anyway, I am going to make holes in these few pages, and then I'll have to make the holes bigger because these eyelets are quite large, but that is beside the point. The point is, me and the eyelets don't get along. You'll see. I'll cut out a bit of it because it does go on for quite some time, but you'll see the hash I do make of it, and then we just move on to a new plan. For whatever reason, this left half the eyelet uncrimped. So I had this nasty sharp bit sticking up, so I thought, okay, fair enough. I'll go and get a hammer and smack it down. So I went and got a hammer and smacked it down, and it promptly bent inwards and ended up like closing up part of the hole with the sharp bit. And I'm like, oh, I can't stick a string through there now, can I? So I had to go and get pliers and try and sort of bend it out, and then try and squash it again with the hammer, and it was just a thing. And then the second one did exactly the same thing. I was just like, no. So I moved on to the third one, which went even worse than the first two because I changed tools, because I thought maybe it was this one. Maybe I was using the wrong tool and to crimp them down. And no, apparently I was not. It was definitely the right tool, because the second tool that I tried made an even worse job of the third one. So yeah. It was at that point I gave up, and I used my pliers to very, very gently pull them out of my paper, leaving some holes, but it is what it is. So it's a junk journal in the end of the day. If it's a bit scrappy, that's not really the biggest issue it's going to have. So yeah, anyway, needless to say, here I go banging things. You can see my camera jumping around. Yeah, it's just awful. And incredibly frustrating. I'm sure these things are not that difficult to use. I'm just unable to, just can't, just cannot, just beyond me. So I guess we all have our strengths and weaknesses. This is definitely not one of my strengths. So after that debacle, we used the pliers and just gently tease them out of the paper, and they will be going in the bin. I don't often throw things in the bin, but today they're going in the bin. Along with every other eyelet I own, I think. No, I wouldn't do that. I would, however, package them up and send them to a thrift store. I am seriously tempted. And here is my solution. It is going to be a tab-bound book. You've seen me do these before. I enjoy this sort of style of binding anyway. It's just a bit scrappy and messy and loose and floppy, and I just love the look and feel of that. So yes, we're going to use all these different materials to make our little tabs out of, because I thought it would be interesting to have lots of different material. Definitely a bit more scrappy than usual. So I am going to be using all these little bits and pieces that I've gathered here, and we will put this book together and forget eyelets exist. To be honest, I was going to cut out these last few pages, but in the end of the day, it was only like 3 pages when I decided that it was maybe time to edit it, and I thought, well, you've watched this far. If you've watched this far, I'm sure you would enjoy seeing the last 3 pages go on. So yes, I will let you watch the last 3 pages, and then I think we'll call it a day, because as you can see by the light, the sun's slowly going down and my afternoon is winding away. So yeah, I will probably pack it in after this and go downstairs and do my evening kind of things. So walk my little dog, make my dinner, all those kind of things. So anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a bit of a challenge to get it this far, what with the eyelets and whatnot, but we have, and I really like the way it's turning out. So yeah, we'll just keep on going tomorrow. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and thanks for sticking with me for this long. If you're still here, I appreciate your company, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.